Hey moms, how are you? So I wanted to do this post because I read recently this really cool story about a dad that really stepped into his role of being a parent. And you've probably seen it because it's been around in social media for like the last few days. But I thought it was really, really awesome because it just really pointed out. I'm just going to put my computer here. Sorry. You can see all of Samuel's mess there in the background, but it doesn't matter. So basically, I was so taken back by this post because, first of all, it highlighted a few things. And the first thing that it really highlights to me is that breastfeeding, if you're not able to breastfeed, it shouldn't be like breastfeeding, and if you can't breastfeed, then the second option is formula. It should not be like that at all. Breastfeeding is obviously number one. Number two is donor milk, okay? Or number three is milk sharing with like friends or someone that you know. And number four should always be formula. It should be the very, very last option, okay? But even before getting to donor milk or anything like that, I always think there's a great possibility of you being able to get help, so that, for example, if you're at the hospital and you're not being able to see that your baby is taking milk, so you should get someone to come in, an IBCLC or a lactation consultant or someone from the hospital to come in and help you hand express so that you're able to feed that whatever you hand express to your baby. There's so many things that you can do before you have to get to that option of having to formula feed your baby, okay? And the story, just to give like a long story short, basically it was a mom and dad, and they had a baby. Mom had to have a C-section. She wasn't able to breastfeed because of some complications that she had. So basically, an amazing nurse, and I'm like, whoa, whoever that nurse is, you have done an awesome job. She was able to say to dad, hey, do you want to step in? And what we can do is give the it's like a little infiltration tube, and what they do is with donor milk, they put a little tube right down to the nipple and then put a nipple shield, and the baby's able to suckle as if he was sucking at the breast, but then you don't have the need to have to introduce bottles or anything like that, or formula, even worse. So the babies do it in the most natural way possible, feeling that comfort, getting that oxytocin from dad, regulating his temperature, bringing down blood sugar levels, stabilizing all of that. So all that amazing stuff is being able to be done by dad stepping in, which is amazing. Or even it could be grandma, it could be a friend, it could be anybody, basically, anybody that's close to you that you feel comfortable allowing your baby to share that bond with. But it just really, really highlights that, and I just really want to go over that because the last few days I've been talking about things that happen in the hospital, and basically how sometimes you're like forced to do things that you don't want to do, and you're kind of afraid because they think that it's better, and they have so many protocols and so many rules that they have to follow. And this example that I'm sharing with you is a clear example that if you are able to find medical guidance or surround yourself with a team that is a lot more holistic, or has a more natural approach, and is more focused on the advantages of breastfeeding and the benefits that it brings for mom and baby, you don't have to resort to formula. There's lots of other stuff that you can do. I've done it in the past myself with friends where I've not been able to, they've had like complications or whatever, they're not able to breastfeed their baby. And I didn't even just pump. I felt so comfortable, and we had such a good relationship that I was able to breastfeed my friend's baby, and it felt so natural and so amazing. I was giving this baby the best gift possible you could ever give anybody, and it's something that is completely priceless. And the same way too, I have friends that have donated milk to me when in the past I had problems with my milk coming in and I needed more milk to feed my baby. So I had friends that stepped in, and I was able to bottle feed that milk to my babies. So it's amazing when you're able to do that. It's just kind of think outside the box. And unfortunately, we're so bombarded from media and from advertisement from the formula companies that it's just like, oh, okay, I can't breastfeed. You know what? I'm just going to go buy a tin of formula or a can of formula or whatever, a bottle of formula. So that's kind of like the easy option. There's so many other options that you have available nowadays. And especially, like I said, if you belong to a support group, there's so many support groups around. La Leche League, Breastfeeding USA, you can always find someone who's willing to donate milk. I mean, if you're a breastfeeding mom and you're passionate about it and you know what it's like, I would, in 2 cents, anybody asked me if they needed some milk, a donation, I would totally do it with my eyes closed. It's something that when you know the value of breast milk, it's so easy to just go ahead and do that. So if you haven't seen the story, check it out. I posted it on Mommy's Love, so you can see what a beauty. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, how amazing. And in fact, I said to my husband, I said, hey, look at this story. Isn't this cool? I said, would you do something like this for Samuel or for Isaac or a future baby that we have if, you know, we encountered them? He's like, oh my God, if I had that opportunity, I would do it in a heartbeat. Like, I would just jump at it right away. He said, that's amazing. If, you know, if you're not able to step up with something with our kids and there's a complication, you're not able to take place, then hey, it should be me that takes place second place. And if I'm able to do it, I mean, obviously I can't produce milk, but someone donates their milk to me, of course I'm going to put my kids on me. I'm going to be able to nurse them that way. So I think it's an amazing thing, and it just opens up your eyes to the different approaches that you can take when you're having breastfeeding challenges. So just wanted to bring that to you, mommies. Bye. Have a great weekend.